Hey everyone, welcome back to Adventures of Shane and Laura. This week we have a gear review for you, specifically the 2-person, 3-season tent from MSR called the Hubba Hubba NX. First off, I want to say that this video is not sponsored by MSR in any way. We purchased this tent for our own money and for our own personal use. We decided to purchase this tent because we like to do camping in the backcountry, and so we need to keep it light. Initially, we went with the Big Agnes Copper Spur, which is an ultralight tent and is a good bit lighter than this one. But when we set it up, we found the material was so light that we were worried about it getting torn or ripped or just plain wearing out. MSR publishes the minimum weight of this tent to be 3 pounds 8 ounces. Ours weighs 67 ounces or 4 pounds 3 ounces the way that we pack it. We find this tent pretty darn easy to set up. The name of the tent comes from the hubs that MSR uses to tie the poles together. These hubs greatly reduce the complexity of setup. If you're used to using tents for car camping, you might find this one to be pretty small for a 2-person tent. That being said, this is pretty standard for tents that are used for backpacking. MSR provides an optional footprint, but I highly suggest to buy it because it is still a lightweight tent and that nylon is still pretty thin. So you're going to want a spring for the optional footprint for this one. Otherwise, the bottom of your tent's going to get all torn up on the ground. And this also can help you out if you end up wanting to go the extra lightweight way. Don't bring the tent, but just the rain fly and the footprint. And so you want a spring for that, and we'll show you what that looks like. So as you can see, the optional footprint is specially made for the tent. So this is not just like a random get this size. It's got the exact shape of the tent, and it even has little points that the tent poles go into. MSR pairs that footprint perfectly with the rainfly so that if you want to take up just the footprint and the rainfly, you can skip the tent for a lighter weight package. MSR says that the canopy is made of 20D ripstop nylon, while the floor is made with 30D ripstop nylon with a special polyurethane shield. That's probably just a thin water repellent material. Now, while this tent is pretty tight for 2 people, it gives you 2 vestibule areas, so each of you can put your packs and anything that doesn't need to be in the tent with you under those to keep them out of the rain. Here's what it looks like to set the tent up.
I'll show you how the rainfly ties back. You can just roll it and it clips just like that. So I find this to be a little bit claustrophobic. It's very, very tight in here.
For a lightweight backpacking tent, it works really well. But the tent we had before this was an ultralight tent. It was the Big Agnes Copper Spur, And it was so light, but the fabric was so thin. And this is, for me, a great compromise between that lightweight and accommodating. But it's a tight squeeze if you're not if you haven't kind of done the lightweight backpacking tents before, if you're not comfortable in those.
Pretty much just you and one other person can fit in there, and maybe a couple of your things, but any of your bags are going to have to be outside.
Yeah, in the vestibule area under the rain fly outside of the tent. But for us now, we have Jack, so only on trips where we're not going to have Jack can we be in here, because it's a little too tight. He needs to have a space that's kind of cordoned off.
To give you an idea of the length, I'm 5'9", and I have a few inches at the end of the tent and a few inches this way. So it's not super long. In this tent, there's not much storage space, but they do give you 2 of these little pouches, which can be really handy when you want to put your headlamp in there for nighttime.
If you found this video helpful, it means a lot to us when you guys leave us a thumbs up by clicking that like button. Also, if you want to see more reviews like it, or if you just want to see our backpacking and camping adventures around Montana and into the national parks, then you can click that subscribe button. If you click the notification bell, it'll let you know right away when we have a new video that comes up. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.